Two worlds in 21st century. Sometimes I feel I exist in two worlds, one clear as day, the other gone wantonly astray, where down is up and up is down, where wrong is right and right is wrong, where true is deemed fake and fake given a handshake, where more is less and less is more, where accepted norms are subtly being booted, vying to be replaced by things unsuited, where those in high profile appear grand, while the lesser mortals comply upon command, where some in prime positions shirk and smirk, assigning the underlings to do the real work, where money has become the ultimate slave, and the inability to amass it is the knave, where prices inflate at a daily rate as the populace becomes irate with debate, where man's lifestyle has shifted to primal, but the greater good is the key to survival, where protest is almighty and complacence is perceived as flighty, where anti is the hero and pro is reduced to zero, where loud talks and pout rage the shallow bleat, whereas no follow through is the defeat, where terminologies and words are convoluted, but fluency in speech eloquently undiluted, where the words chosen must be politically correct, or the backlash encountered brings shameful disrespect, where slang and dialect are taken for granted, but articulate, well-spoken remain the advantage, where the empty and shallow reigns, and the deep or profound looks on pained, where TV's reality shows have vacuously overtaken, praise be, the timeless classics have not been forsaken, where free speech is on an offensive roll and censorship seems to have gone AWOL, where the rabid haters flagrantly degrade, but sharing love's the sweeter serenade, where the self's focus is on the outer, but no time put aside for the inner, where body image is perceived as paramount, but essence in character is the image that really counts, where the dress is to impress and exposing all is the zest, where one's race is met with derision, but it's high time to get over this type of division, where whiteness is protection for complexion and colorness gets non-selection, where white is privileged as the night and any other pigment has to fight the blight, where mediocrity is in vogue and excellence seems like the rogue, where the daily news reads distressing, but making more of one's life imparts the blessing, where the infotainment media go to experts with their word salad spin negative, but overriding their soundbite utterances keeps it positive, where the advisors, the analysts spout in full force, forgetting that there's need to steer one's own course, where nature and the environment is acting out, but the ever-ready preparedness supposedly geared for the fallout, where new viruses appear out of thin air, so it's only fit to proceed with caution and care, where the do-gooders are left high and dry, and the egotists are given a bligh, where endless choice is now the goal, notwithstanding that standards have fallen way below, where greed has corrupted many, but thankfully some remain uncompromised by the penny, where the opportunistic are user-friendly but the selfless simply observe without envy. Where the machine is mainstay, intimating, but humans should maybe get out the way. Where automation is in control, and manual, though backup, viewed as ashamedly old. Where virtual world is essential, and anything else seen as inconsequential. Where corporate world is an energy depleter, but acute attention to life's meaningful, the ultimate stress reliever. Where technological devices are kingpin, without over-reliance, it's considered a no-win. Where the credit card is speedier, but the debt accrued might not be easier. Where the styrotex and plastic have presence, even as silverware and crockery retain their essence. Where the baby mamas and daddies multiply, but in absentia parenting needs to be in short supply. Where music has strayed from tuneful melody, but great songs will always be the legacy. Where the overzealous opposers have taken over, but the rational resistors stay sober. Where the whingers, complainers are out in full force, but the optimists, unruffled, refuse to endorse. Where one's rights seems to be the new mantra, as frivolous excuses put forth for the quickest answer. Where the onus on being free is watched and herded by the powers that decree. Where allegiance to cult-like figures appears the remedy, but asserting your thoughts and voice a definite necessity. Where glib charisma is the veneer, alas, masking the required substance that's just not there. Where incompetence gets the nod to thrive, whilst competence is demoted and has taken a nosedive. Where a conscience is a thing of the past, but it always comes back to haunt and unsubtly harass. Where one's loosened moral compass has emerged, but upholding those values revered still urge. Where indecency appears to be affable, and decency, sadly, has become laughable. Where the ugly, inelegant, crass now preferred, whilst beauty, elegance, class lines have become blurred. Where social graces, home training sit in the bin, but utilizing nobly still remains the in thing. Where the dependency on government, the biggest downfall, but personal responsibility, the appropriate answering call. Where security systems are recommended must. Without it, one can be at risk of losing trust. Where, if society in service was made a commitment, just think of what it would mean in terms of fulfillment. Where a rapidly changing world is the now, and the creative approach needed to work around it somehow. Summing up, as a sentient being, a today's world for you, a yesteryear's world for me.